everybody. Welcome to the Thunder and Lightning's gaming news podcast, I guess, with the apostrophe S. I'm Thunder.
And I'm Lightning.
Way more than I thought happened this week.
I've got some news. I'm sure you're going to have more news than me. But
you have some video game news?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I go first, right?
Yes.
That's how this works.
Thunder, how was your week in gaming?
Okay, so I played 2 games this week that I can honestly say are 2 of my favorite games of all time.
Awesome.
So you and I we talked about this on something. You and I went to an arcade recently.
Yes.
There was an extensive pinball section, which is kind of where we hung out the most. It got me in the mood. I wanted to play Pokemon Pinball, a game that I've played so many times. Not the Game Boy version, the Game Boy Advance version. Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire is what it's called. Couldn't find it. Couldn't find my copy of it. So I was like, how can I buy it? The only way to buy it digitally is on the Wii U eShop. That's why my pad is
awesome.
Out in the open.
Yeah, I did notice that.
So I had to charge my pad. I whatever was wrong with it, I fixed it because it can play.
Oh,
it can play without being plugged in now.
That's cool.
I think it just wasn't holding a charge. And also it was wildly out of sync. Not the point. This game owns. And I really want to talk about it. So it's a Game Boy Advance game, obviously. It's a pinball game, but it takes the properties of pinball and the properties of Pokemon and it combines them perfectly. So there's two.
Just talk to each
other. There's 2 Pokemon-themed pinball cabinets, one Ruby one and one Sapphire one. Your ball is a Pokeball. But the thing that this game does that makes it go a step beyond is that there's also a Pokedex, and the Pokedex is 200 Pokemon large.
So how do you fill the Pokedex? I'm sure you were just about to explain that.
So each board is lane-based, pathway based, you know? So essentially both boards do exactly the same, which is there's a catch mode, there's a hatch mode, and there's an Evo mode. Catching is just you catch a Pokemon, and then you have to activate Evo mode manually, which is entirely player controlled if you know how to do it. And then you can evolve the Pokemon that you catch, assuming they evolve. But you can only evolve Pokemon that you caught that game. So, if you catch a Bagon, right, and then you evolve it into a Sheldon, and then you lose, and you have to start over, your Pokemon cache is empty. Your Pokedex now has Bagon and Sheldon and no Salamence, because you didn't get that far. So,
wow.
And then from there, there's Pokemon that only hatch from eggs, and they're their own thing. They literally, everything that a Pokemon RPG does is in this game. There's a mart. You can get coins. You can buy items. You can buy extra balls. You get 3 lives, and you can buy an extra life, which is crazy. Not a thing that you could do in real. Sometimes you'll win an extra ball, but this is there's literally a currency. There's a thing where when you're evolving them, you have to get these little EX tokens, and the EX, of course, stands for experience points. But if you know Pokemon, some Pokemon evolve differently. Some of them you have to be really friendly with them, or some of them you have to use a leaf stone, and when you're evolving one of those Pokemon, the little emblem changes depending on what you're catching, which is really cool. I've never 100%ed this game. I'm going to try. I currently have, I think last time I checked it was 85 seen and 83 caught. You can catch Groudon, Kyogre, Rayquaza, and Jirachi. It's really hard. You have to stay on the board for a long time because there's bonus stages that you teleport to, and they're entirely how many Pokemon you've caught based, and you have to do the Groudon one over and over again in one run. There's a lot of and
hey Dragonfly, thank you for joining.
Hello. I'm talking about Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire for the Game Boy Advance, and if you can upgrade your ball, that is your score multiplier. So it goes Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball, Master Ball.
Cool.
Literally everything that's in the games, other than walking around and actually talking to people and stuff like that, is has been adapted to a pinball machine. I've said this about this game before. I think this is the best Game Boy Advance game ever. I love it a lot, and I've been playing it this week. There's a brand new game that I played this week
Okay.
that I have instantly fallen in love with. And the story of it is a bit of a journey. So I was on Game Pass, the catalog of like hundreds of free Xbox games, and I was specifically looking for games I had never heard of before. I think I was in the indie game section, and I found a game that had a very specific, very unique, and very long title. The game is called... Let me just make sure yeah. The game is called Record of Lotus War Deedleth in Wonder Mansion. And I was like,
Okay.
I have to know what this word vomit is. So I clicked on it, and it's a 16-bit 2D Metroidvania clone, except it released December 2021. So it's a brand fucking new game, but it's made to look like an old game.
Yeah.
I love Metroidvanias. Really briefly, for those of you who don't know, right around the time
You got
Nintendo...
a warning up there?
Oh, that's not a Twitch thing. Sorry.
Okay.
That is people trying to sell me antivirus stuff.
Oh, sick.
Around the same time, Nintendo made Super Metroid. Konami made Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and these games are essentially identical. It's a big giant 2D map, and it's essentially an open world game, except... And you can go anywhere you want, right? Except you can't, because you need, like, the wolf power-up. You can't go to this room until you can turn into a wolf, you know? So it's entirely, like, exploration based, right? So all games like this have been called Metroidvanias, because those are the two, like, games that really spawned this this genre. This is the best one I've ever played, other than Castlevania Symphony of the Night. This is, like, the most true to form... Like, it feels like I'm playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night I've ever played. But, so I was looking at the description before I get to the actual gameplay. I was looking at the description, and a couple things stuck out to me. It said this game was created under the supervision of the original creator, which I thought was interesting. And it said this game takes place before the Diadem of the Covenant arc, which I thought was an interesting way of saying that. And then it said... new fans and like it specifically said like new fans and fans of video games alike will like this game. So I was like, I have to look it up.
Yeah,
so
that's a lot.
Record of Lotus War is an anime that aired in 1998. And as far as I can tell, Diadem of the Covenant or whatever this is supposed to like be a prequel to wasn't adapted to anime and is manga only.
Oh, wow.
I did a little bit of research. There's a ton of tabletop RPGs based around Record of Lotus War. There's also a ton of video games. Most of them are super, super old. We're talking pre-SNES, save for a Japanese-only MMO that came out in 2016, and this fucking game that came out last year but is supposed to look like an old game. I started playing it. Just kidding. I beat the whole thing. It's so fucking good. You have, like, 2 attributes, fire and wind, and they each go up to level 3, and if you get hit once, you drop down a whole meter, right? And then if you want wind points, you have to play as fire, and vice versa. But similar to Undertale, if you're fire, you don't get damaged by fire attacks. You in fact heal MP if you get hit by a fire attack, and if you're at level 3 of either one, you like instantly refill all your health. I'm like losing my mind at how good this game is. It's like a combination of like multiple different games I've played. It's like hilariously like similar to Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Somebody on this dev team was like, "No, I'm gonna make the best Symphony of the Night inspired game that Anthony has ever played." But like you level up. Like similar to how you level up in Cave Story, but your magic is like sort of reminds me of Undertale. It's just like it's so good. If you have Game Pass, go play Record of Lotus War. I, as a person who played it, can tell you that you don't need to watch this anime in order to play it. It was so good. I can't sing its praises enough. After you beat the game, you unlock boss rush mode, and I S-ranked it first try.
Wow.
That's neither here nor there.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
It was a journey. I was like, I've got to tell someone about this.
No, it seems like you've unlocked 3 new mediums that Anthony loves. You unlocked a video game medium, you unlocked a manga/comic book medium, and you unlocked an anime medium.
Yeah, apparently, there's a fuck ton of Record of Lotus War content. So, like, if I really wanted to, I guess I'll watch the anime next. And as far as I can tell, you do not play as the main character in this game.
Oh, wow.
You play as Deedleth, who, as far as I can tell, is like a side character. And this is what they were doing before whatever Diadem of the Covenant is, but also it's got like you're trapped in a computer vibes, but the show itself is very high fantasy. All the enemies were D&D enemies. I literally fought a kobold at one point,
Oh, wow.
and a manticore and dryads and shit like that. It was just
It's so weird how D&D is just on the table.
What do you mean?
Like, you can just use their monsters.
Oh,
shit.
I know. Yeah. Well, it's because most of their monsters are other things anyways,
Right,
you know? Yeah, it was just so cool. I was like, I was ready to like sit down. A couple days ago, I was ready to sit down and like extend my Pokemon Pinball conversation. Maybe I talk a little more in depth about one thing or another, but I was like, I have to talk about Deedleth in Wonder Labyrinth because it has blown me away. I did not 100% it because it seemed like 100%ing it would have taken my playthrough like an extra 4 or 5 hours, and it was I already hadn't. It was a short game. It was not even like 5 hours long to beat it, which is another reason. Usually Castlevania games go, Symphony of the Metroidvania games go on forever and ever and ever, and it's fun all the way through. But it's just like I did want to play other stuff, you know.
Right.
But this one was like I probably sat down to play it 3 times. And I beat the whole thing, and it was really fun. It even had, in Castlevania Symphony of the Night, there's like a shopkeeper, and you can go to the room below the shopkeeper, and there's like a little tiny like tunnel underneath him, and you have to like, there's a double jump in that game, but it's not like a double jump button. You have to like kind of break the game to do it, and you have to double jump over and over again and balance this dude on top of your head in order to unlock like the best weapon in the game. And they even had something similar in this game. There was like a platform that you had to jump on 50 times, and then it broke, and then you got one of the best weapons.
Oh, wow.
So it paid like it when I say pay homage to Castlevania, like Yooka-Laylee pays homage to Banjo-Kazooie, right? This is like the best paying homage to a different game I've ever seen. Like it really felt like I was playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night 2, you know? It was incredible. It was incredible. I absolutely loved it. How was your week in video games?
My week in gaming.
Yes.
Because I do want to open the floor to.
It's always
to
you keep saying that. It's always been open to.
I know. Well, you said how was my week in video games.
I apologize. That's what I talked about just now.
No, I know. I had a few different things happen. My week was eventful. So
cool.
Me and Pauline have opened the hunt for Pokemon cards. We're having a lot of fun searching out places, seeing what cards are out there, and seeing what we can do. So we went to Dartmouth, Mass.
Okay.
We went to Dartmouth, Mass for a place that I'll talk about in the next podcast because it has nothing to do with games.
Okay.
We went
the
there
next podcast that you'll hear
right after this
podcast.
if you're on Twitch. So we went to a mall. After the mall, we were like, what else is around this area? Yeah, I said Dartmouth. We said, what else is around in this area? And we saw that there was a comic store down, like, 15 minutes down the road. Went to the comic store. Actually, it was a toy store. It wasn't even a comic store. It was not that great.
Okay.
I won't say what the name of the store is.
Okay.
It was so not great. Pauline, it was like 4 people could fit in there. It was about the size of this room.
Oh.
And Pauline just stepped out after a while, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to be done in a second anyways. And so we went to... She was outside. I came outside. She was like, I think there's a place across the street. Across the street, giant picture of Pikachu.
Nice.
And it said,
I know that guy.
The name of the store is First Edition Collectibles.
Ooh.
So we went in.
Promising.
Yeah. We went in, and this was straight up a card store. That's what they
Oh.
did. They did sports cards. They did Pokemon cards. They did
Magic, I'm
Magic and
assuming.
Yu-Gi-Oh. They did them all. And they had some crazy-ass shit. They had a... It smelled. Oh, she's not first edition. Yeah, the comic shop smelled sticky sweet. Is what Pauline wanted to say. The toy store we went in before this card shop.
Right.
And they had some crazy stuff. They had a box of Pokemon cards for $2,500, and it's fairly new. It's black and white.
Oh.
A black and white box, box of cards unopened.
Did you get an explanation for this price?
Oh, there was a whole little thing. I just assumed that having black and white, a full box of black and white is big money. And they had a whole, glass case full of cards like that. But, so we walked in, he said, I said, hey, do you guys do singles? He also had packs, first release packs of Pokemon cards.
That's cool.
For $500.
Yeah, those, yeah.
That was insane.
I used to, when I was, real big into Yu-Gi-Oh!, I used to watch people do unboxings of, ancient Yu-Gi-Oh! Packs.
Yeah.
Like the first one or the second one. And they're
similarly
priced.
I love that Pauline thinks I was about to talk about Barnes & Nobles. Barnes & Nobles was not coming. We did stop at a Barnes & Nobles. So we asked if he had singles. He said, yeah, we've got some common stuff over there. We've also got binders. What was interesting, though, is he was like, we got common stuff, and it's separated from old to new. And I was like, okay, so he's probably got I'll find expanded stuff and all that in the new, and then, legacy stuff in the old. He had it separated by release.
Wow.
Everything he had in common by when it was released. It wasn't a lot. I opened 2 bins, and there was 7 cards in each, and I was like, okay, by that time, he actually brought the binders over to us, which was cool. These were the craziest binders for Pokemon cards I've ever seen. I could have bought 5 or 6 cards. There was a family there that was coughing a lot and just kind of being annoying in general. So I we didn't stick around as long as we wanted.
Right.
But it was really, really good. I have a slew of places I want us and you and Kelsey to come with us. This place is one of them, because this was the best part. We pick out cards from the binders, and we're like, okay, so, he's probably going to dick us around a bit. He went to TCG Player.
Oh.
And was like, so this is $1, this is 50 cents, this one's $6.
Interesting.
And I was like, if we went to, I won't name names, but a shop closer to us, there's just a $5 bin.
Right.
You might get screwed, you might make a few bucks.
That's such an interesting way to approach business, not only not having a price on the card before it's purchased, but not knowing yourself the price before it's brought up to the counter.
It took the process a bit longer, but I got some
No,
decent
I don't
cards.
mind that, though. I
got some decent cards. I spent $10.
Right. Wow. That's cool.
Also, I'm building an electric deck. Nobody really needs a Symphony. But I'm building an electric deck, and with the exception of 3 cards, I'm really proud of this. With the exception of 3 cards, I built this deck entirely by going to shops or things that I had in the house.
That's cool. That is really cool.
Yeah. And I'm a little bummed. I'm actually bummed that we bought those 3 cards, because I was this close to 100%. Because I think this deck is gonna kick ass.
Good luck, by the way.
Thank you.
I know nobody who's made a lightning deck.
I know. Well, Matt did, and that was just a different level, though. That was
right.
A bit of a what do we deck?
What are you trying to say?
Deck engine.
Deck engine.
Yeah, it had a kind of a deck engine in it.
By the way, fun fact, because Pokemon doesn't give a shit. In the games, it's electric and steel, but in the cards, it's lightning and metal.
Oh, I know.
No, I'm just saying.
Did I use the game one or the...
You said electric, and then I said lightning, and then I was like, oh, yeah, it's lightning. But also, that's you.
That's me. So don't you forget it. But,
oh, man, we didn't, doesn't matter, but...
Oh, are we usually...
No, this is how we always are. You're under my name, and I'm under your name.
Oh. That's okay. I always do that. But yeah, that was fun. I've been playing Chivalry.
Yes, how is that going?
Yes, I do have Chivalry updates. So, like I said last time, if I didn't get better at this game, I was going to drop it.
Oh, yes, you did say that.
I have gotten somewhat better at this game.
Okay.
Am I top-ranking player yet? No. But I have definitely improved. I'm doing as well as in the actual game as I was in the beginner mode of the game. I mean, like what I was doing 3 weeks ago in the beginner mode game as far as progression goes, I'm now doing in the actual game, which is progression for me. I'm like consistently getting more kills than deaths, which is huge. I'm getting better, and I am respecting this game. And I have noticed, because I've really stopped doing duels for the most part. I've been playing
interesting.
the
I
actual game.
feel like that was your favorite part, wasn't it?
I'm gonna come back to it. But like the dickheads in this game are oh, thank you. Surya reminded Kelsey of which version she is. L Lightning. Good. So I'm gonna stick with it. We'll see how long it goes.
I just realized the YouTube video I was watching before you came over is still on the TV.
Oh yeah, I didn't question it.
Realize that. No one knows what I'm talking about, and they will never know what I'm talking about. Your story.
It's these memes. Read us for filth. Who memed it? Number 8. Smosh Games.
Thank you. That's exactly the info I wanted people watching to say. Know about me and hear you say. Finish your fucking...
It's a good point, Kelsey. So yeah, Chivalry's going well. I've also been playing Battle for Bikini Bottom. I got it the last day you could get it.
Nice.
For free.
Yeah, I remember I think I texted you. I was like, you should get it now. And you were like, oh, yeah. And then, like, the next day, it was, like, some other shit. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, I got it. Thank you, because I am really enjoying this game. I don't know if I'm going to 100% it. I haven't checked... that motorcycle. I haven't checked what's necessary to 100% it.
You don't need to unlock the movie theater to 100% it, as far as the trophies are concerned.
Okay.
In order to unlock the movie theater, you need to get, I think it's 10,000, whatever the currency is.
Okay.
On top of everything else you have to do. 100%ing it seems like a very achievable goal.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to look into it. Right now, I'm just having fun getting acquainted to the game and all that.
Yeah.
Very, loose start. I felt like there wasn't a lot of direction, which isn't a complaint, but I was just like, okay, I guess I could go here. But then I got enough spatulas, which unlocks different doors.
Right.
It was like I could go here or I could go here. Seems like the game wants me to go here.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the
sort
way
of,
I've been doing it.
It sort of gave me Spyro the Dragon vibes, where it's like, well, you didn't technically beat level 1. You do have enough spatulas to go to level 2 if you wanted to jump ship right now. But are you really going to leave the 3 spatulas you don't have yet in level 1? And for some players, the answer is yes.
Right. It's interesting. I'm enjoying it. Is it my favorite SpongeBob game yet? I'm gonna
to
say
be determined.
No. To be determined. No, it's to be determined.
Because you favor Curse of the Flying Dutchman, correct?
Yes.
That one I've actually never played. I've actually only ever played this one. My brother and I love to tell the story about how when we were children, I'm 7 years older than him. So this was 2004, 2005, around there. So he was 5, turning 6, and I was older than that, like 11 or whatever. And for Christmas, he got the Incredibles video game.
Oh, okay.
The Incredibles video game, for whatever reason, is rated T.
Oh.
So my mom was like, hold on. No. Take that back. Get something else. We replaced the Incredibles game with Battle for Bikini Bottom. Being an adult, 28-year-old adult, I can say that we made out in that deal because one of those games is super shitty.
Oh,
and
really?
One of those games is SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. Yeah, Disney tie-in games got real fucking shit there in the 6th generation of video games. But yeah, no, Battle for Bikini Bottom. No, that's the point I was making. It's the only SpongeBob game I've ever played. I played the 2D PlayStation 1, but that's
I would play
different.
Curse of the Flying Dutchman on this channel. It's a lot of fun.
You're good at it, right?
Let me play it again.
Okay.
And then I'll
all right.
Then I'll reveal that information.
No, I just mean I remember the last time you brought it up.
Yeah, I got through it.
But you also 100%ed it, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Cool.
Pauline and I recently made a suicide pact that we're going to finish the SpongeBob SquarePants video game at some point. SpongeBob SquarePants movie video game at some point.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
neither one of us ever finished it, and we both gave up because that game is very difficult.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that. Maybe I heard it from you. That
Yeah.
game's like notoriously difficult, right?
Yeah, I thought I was just a baby, and then I bought it again when you gave me your old GameCube.
Right.
I bought it again, and I stopped playing it because it was just too hard.
So this is a video game adaptation of the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, the one with Drew Barrymore, the
Yes.
mermaid
Yep.
woman, and
Yep.
yeah. Okay.
And it seems like it's a lot of fun. Okay, SpongeBob SquarePants the movie, low key, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't think I've seen it since it came out. I think I saw it just the once in theaters.
I just, if there's a nostalgia movie for me, it's that movie.
Mm.
And I'll watch it anytime. I don't care. I don't care if I'm 75 years old. I'm gonna sit down and I'll watch that movie. I thought you were about to be like before our wedding, or we both. Impossible. If we started today, I don't think we could finish that
A
game.
scientific impossibility for them to plan this wedding, participate in this wedding, but also finish the SpongeBob SquarePants movie tie-in video game before the wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're on stage and you're like, "Attention, ladies and gentlemen, we regret to inform you, we have not yet beat the the video game." And then the joke.
So, anyways,
and then the joke gets dark.
That is everything I've been doing.
Have you encountered any glitches?
No.
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool.
I don't think so, at least. I just got to Goo Lagoon.
Oh, okay, cool. Didn't love that level back in the day
I'm not
or
liking
now.
it so far.
But
next, everything else I've loved, so I wasn't even going to mention
the next couple levels are better. Goo Lagoon is a bit of a low point.
Seems a little like it just kind of started me off, and it was like, I don't know, connect the lights. And I was like, okay, no, I can't, there's no foreplay. I can't get introduced to this level. It's just,
right.
Here's what you're going to do.
Yeah. I'd say Goo Lagoon's probably the worst level that I've played so far. I think there's still one that I haven't played yet. Because I did take a break to play Persona 4. And I took a break from Persona 4 because Persona 4 got it was a lot. Not for the reasons you'd think. So I played Record of Lotus 4, Deedleth and Wonder Labyrinth, which up to my top 10 games of all time. It was so good.
That's cool. But yeah, video game
Movie
news.
time?
Movie time. You know.
All right.
Let's discuss SpongeBob SquarePants the movie.
So news time. It was a surprisingly busy week once I finally sat down and collected all of the news. So like normal, I'm going to go through the small ones and then we're going to get to the big one, which we'll probably talk about a little bit more. Gotham Knights, the upcoming kind of like 4-player multiplayer Batman brawler that they've been making for what feels like a quarter of a century. It is no longer coming to Xbox One and PS4. So they're just focusing on PS5 and Xbox Series X. So it's not going to come to last generation consoles anymore.
Okay.
A bit upsetting only because we're still in this sort of nebulous zone where, like, I don't care what numbers PlayStation says they've sold, not everyone who wants a PS5 has one.
And some of them live by the piss or die by the piss.
Right. And I am of two minds of this because, like, if you cancel 2 of the 4 versions you were making, it sounds like those 2 weren't going to be that good anyways. So I don't know. Just not something that usually happens. Multiversus, the Warner Brothers Smash Brothers game. It's not out. Is it out? No, it's not out.
The Warner Brothers. We saw the Nintendo one.
The Nickelodeon one?
Yeah, what did I say?
Nintendo?
Yeah, the Nickelodeon.
Yeah, the Nickelodeon one is has been out for a few months.
The Nintendo one's Super Smash Bros.
The Nintendo one is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it came out quite some time ago. No, the Warner Brothers one, it is officially going to be at EVO 2022.
Oh, wow.
Which
the one that's not even out yet?
Correct.
Okay.
The one that's they do that sometimes. They did that with Tekken. They did that with.
Good luck to the players, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that when in a situation like that, they allow the players some practice time.
But like thousands of people participate, right? It just kind of it boils down to the main players. So do they all get like time to practice?
the only bit of news I saw was Multiverse is going to Evo, so I don't know if it's going to be like a special event or if it's literally going to be one of the
true
games.
Too. They could have like some established players play it.
They did that with MVCI and a shitload of good that did them, but they did that with them where it was like, we have a special MVCI tournament. It's going to be 6 people.
Yeah, okay. That would make way more sense to me because it's like, what, are you going to give this game early to anybody who wants to play in Evo?
Or, because I don't know this information either, maybe Multiverses is going to release before Evo because Evo isn't until probably August.
Oh, I'm sure. I was under the assumption it would release early, but like if I was going to do any video game competitions in 2022, I would have wanted to start like 4 months ago.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Speaking of the Nickelodeon one, just today, just this morning, they have announced that the Nickelodeon, I believe it's called Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, right? It's getting its first season pass.
Oh,
it's
okay.
called the Universe Pack. It's going to be $12, and it's going to be 3 characters. They've announced the 3 characters. Would you like to guess who they are?
Well,
I'll give you a hint. They are characters who are from TV shows that are not represented in the game so far.
Yeah, okay. If this was Cartoon Network, I would have said Steven Universe.
Well, Steven Universe is going to be in Multiverses, you see, because Warner Brothers owns Cartoon Network.
No, yeah. Yeah. Rugrats is already in there, right?
Reptar's in there, yes.
Cat Dog's in there.
Correct.
The Angry Beavers are in there?
No, they are not.
One of the Angry Beavers.
Okay.
Dealer's Choice.
Okay.
I forget her name. My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Okay. Jenny XJ9.
Jenny. And Danny Phantom.
Danny Phantom is in the game.
Okay. Fairly Odd Parents have to be in there, right?
They're not.
Then Timmy. Or Cosmo and Wanda. Get like an Ice Climbers thing going on.
So, you were right on one of those. Jenny XJ9 Teenage Robot from My Life as a Teenage Robot is in there. Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life is in there. And the third one is Hugh Neutron, Jimmy Neutron's dad.
Wait, Jimmy Neutron
is not in the game.
Oh,
no, but his dad is. You can play as Hugh Neutron.
I love it. No, that's who I'd want.
I mean, you can play as Nigel and not any of the other.
Right. No,
Wild
I
Thornberry
love it.
characters.
I love it.
This Nickelodeon game is like, which characters are memes? Those are the ones we want.
I just.
Oh, also, Jenny is out right now. The other 2 are coming out in a couple months.
Cool. This is almost nothing to do with what we're talking about. But,
okay.
Carl Weezer, right?
Yeah, voiced by Rob Paulson.
Yeah. Did you know that like they just have like you can listen to "Say It Ain't So" by Carl Weezer?
What? There's a Carl Weezer cover album? Is that what you're telling me? There's like an Alvin and the Chipmunks style Carl Weezer album?
We're gonna look it up after this.
Okay.
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 Jimmy Neutron's dad is definitely a smash for me.
Damn.
Sick.
Summer Game Fest, the Jeff Keighley led, watch this instead of E3 type deal. That is happening in full force. This is not the news I have, but Jeff Keighley was essentially like, it sucks that they canceled E3. Come to Summer Games Fest, and you can come to Summer Games Fest, and you can what?
But you can't come at Summer Games Fest.
Probably not.
All right.
But if you don't want to go all the way to wherever this doesn't work because it's a digital showcase, you can watch it live at IMAX. They're partnering with IMAX.
Oh yeah, you
can go to an IMAX theater, and you can watch Summer Game Fest live with a group of people, and they're going to use the IMAX facilities to make the trailers as cinematic as they're supposed to be.
Did you want to do that?
Well, yeah. See, if we do that, we can't stream it, right? That's kind of where because I would love to do that. So we
could stream it from a phone, right?
No, I wouldn't feel comfortable. Yeah, I don't know.
No, it was just a joke. That'd be tough.
But that is on June 8th. The Xbox Bethesda one is on June 12th. Bethesda just didn't bring this to the news today. Bethesda just got a ton of delays. So the Xbox showcase got a lot more Xbox. Smite, I play Smite. I've talked about Smite before. They always, to give an example of battle passes they've had before, they had Avatar: The Last Airbender, they had Ninja Turtles, they had Stranger Things, they had Transformers. The new one is Slipknot, the band. They gave 9 members of Slipknot skins, but only for 3 different gods, which was interesting, and people are complaining about, rightfully so. Think I'm gonna skip this one because I don't care. But that was just so weird to me. Every time Smite announces a new thing, I'm just like, sure, might as well. And then the big one, you and I have been talking a lot. We've had our fingers on the pulse of the video game market, as it were. Lots of buying.
Yep.
This is not a story about buying. This is a story about selling, because Square Enix has sold all of their Western developers.
Oh.
They sold Eidos Montreal, they sold Square Enix Montreal, and they sold Crystal Dynamics to Embracer Group. Embracer Group I had to look up because I did not recognize that name, but Embracer Group is part of that big pie chart. They own a lot. A lot of the stuff they own are smaller ones, but they do own Gearbox, which makes Borderlands. Right? Gearbox makes Borderlands? I think. Don't hold me to that. Gearbox might be Gears of War, or both. Maybe it's both. But yeah, so they sold those 3 studios, which include Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Legacy of Kain, all their Marvel properties. It includes a catalog of over 50 games, and they sold it for $300 million. And they said, but they do retain Just Cause, Outriders, and Life is Strange, in addition to, in-house Square Enix stuff like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest and all the, Octopath Traveler, all the JRPG stuff they have. We're just talking about Western studios that they own. So they're going to keep making Just Cause, Outriders, and Life is Strange. Everything else isn't theirs anymore. And they said that they did this because they wanted to focus on the cloud and blockchain. The cloud is, of course, everyone knows what the cloud is at this point. Blockchain technically refers to NFTs, but blockchain is a term outside of NFTs. Blockchain is just a concept. Essentially, blockchain is like, I buy a thing, I do a thing with it, I sell a thing. So Reggie Fils-Aimé was actually recently talking about blockchain, how it could be very easily incorporated into Animal Crossing New Horizons, how it's like, I buy Animal Crossing New Horizons, I spend 2 years of my life perfecting this one town, and then I sell it to somebody. And then they have my town. It's kind of scummy. It's kind of NFT-ish. They definitely mean they want to do NFTs and go into NFTs and stuff. Side note, not video game news. NFTs are crashing finally. So I think we're on the beginning of the end of this whole Bitcoin NFT thing. But Square Enix coming in right at the end there, selling all their Western companies for $300 million so they can focus more on the cloud and blockchain, which was just such a weird way to word it for me.
Yeah, that's weird.
So
I don't know what to say to that. That's just like, okay.
Square Enix having like kneecapped themselves as far as their Western audiences, Western, developers are concerned, they're kind of making themselves look more like someone could buy them. They're kind of making themselves look like after the
kind of wounded at this point.
NFT crash of 2023 that Sony's going to sweep in and be like, make Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts for only us. And
that would be Sony's big...
That would be the biggest one so far.
Yeah.
For sure. Because what? They didn't buy Kojima Productions from Software. That was just a rumor, right? But they did buy... what did Sony buy? Sony bought, man, I don't even remember. Sony bought something and it was like, oh, okay, that's a start.
Oh yeah, they bought something small. I can't quite remember.
They bought like the developers that make that one game, and it's like, oh, that game is good, but I don't know if they had to. I forget what it was though.
Didn't Sony buy Square Enix?
No, Sony did not buy Square Enix. Square Enix is still, lack of a better term, independent. Square Enix sold.
They said, my bad, it's a rumor from 4 days ago.
Yeah, people think that Sony's going to pounce now. I think Sony should probably wait for Square Enix to figure out whatever the fuck they're doing over there.
It's scary. We survived one of these. I wonder what the console wars, the next I mean, you and I were around for the console wars of the 90s when the shit was really real. But like it could be coming back to that. Everybody's like, this is mine,
Right.
that's mine.
I mean,
For the longest time, there was peace in the kingdom, but it seems like things are getting riled up.
and I'll
And
ask
you know
the
where I'm gonna fall.
yeah, Nintendo.
I will fall with Nintendo.
Well, here's the thing. The question I always bring up when we talk about this, the question I would like to bring up again, this far no further, like how long until someone buys Nintendo? How long until Nintendo is a Sony property?
I don't think it'll happen. I think Nintendo has survived. Why do I do this to myself? Why do I always end up doing this?
Is it too tight?
Yeah, what? I've been so careful not to do this. It loosens up eventually. But Nintendo has rode out the storm for almost 5 decades.
Mm-hmm. And to put that into perspective, like 9 or 10 different generations of video game consoles.
And I feel like they're at the top of their game that they've ever been.
Right now, yeah.
So
this moment and for the past year, they are at the top of their personal game.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think somebody might come to him with a contract and
Yeah.
they laugh at him.
I think if we had like another blunder like Wii U, I think if they were like Wii U's done, 3DS is done, it's all Switch, and the Switch was garbage, kind of like the Wii U sort of was
then
financially,
we'd be talking a different
then
Nintendo.
we'd be like, any day now, Microsoft is going to swoop in and put Smash Brothers on the Xbox.
Here's why Nintendo is on a different plane when it comes to console wars. PlayStation had Crash for a while, and that was big, and then they stopped. Xbox had something, I'm sure.
Halo.
Sure, Halo, right. Yeah, they had Halo. Nintendo thrives on their first-party games. And they'll never go down. They'll never fall because of that.
Right.
Where PlayStation and Xbox are just it's just a game of I'm gonna grab this, well I'm gonna grab this,
Right.
and I'm gonna grab this.
That's
and
why
Nintendo's
it's
sitting there like, yes, they're very cute. Well, here's Mario.
That's
here's
why
anything
it's
Mario.
so easy for Nintendo to have like a bad financial quarter,
Right.
because you're right, they live and die by their first parties, and if they have a Christmas season where all they release is the new fucking shitty Paper Mario game
They're good.
and a bad Pokemon game,
They're good.
They're not though. Well, they're good, but they're like good enough, right? Like that's their version of a bad season, right?
Here's Nintendo. Here's Nintendo. Console Wars 2023. It's official. Pick a side. Nintendo's sitting there like Zelda. Like Mario.
Well, that's the thing. I think even back in the day, I don't think Nintendo cares.
No,
fucking
because they don't have to.
monumental like Sega does what Nintendo don't advertising campaign, and then Nintendo is just like, all right, but
you like Mario, right? You like Zelda,
you like
right?
the new Mario, right? Yeah, okay, that's what we thought. All right.
Yeah, that's exactly Nintendo's. They could relax securely knowing that they own Mario. I mean, forget the other ones. They own plenty others, but the
Right.
two big ones, they own Mario and they own Zelda.
Yeah.
And those two franchises have a humongous cult following,
Right.
and it's never gonna die
Right.
as long as video games are around.
Because if they have a bad year, then the next year they release New Horizons,
Right.
and then they have a bad year, and then the next year they release another Zelda, and no matter what that Zelda is, people are going to get it. Nintendo's biggest sellers are Smash Brothers and Mario Kart, and a close third, a far third, is Splatoon. People fucking love Splatoon.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't even get to that, but like Nintendo also has a million other things, but like their two biggest moneymakers have to be the Mario franchise
Right.
and the Zelda franchise.
Right.
And here's the thing. Had the Switch not come out, the biggest downfall for Nintendo in the mid-2000s is their consoles were getting shittier. So as much as we love Mario and Zelda, I don't enjoy... They're not my favorite thing to play right now.
Someone pretty
my
much...
God.
Oh,
my
he
God.
got it.
I did it.
Someone pretty much had to force Nintendo to like do discs. Like, Nintendo, please put your games on discs, please.
Right. But then the Switch came out. They're back to being on top of the world, and the console wars can can start and finish,
Right.
and I think they're gonna be fine.
That being said, I don't think that they're like that. They're like that Japanese arch that like is famously always up no matter the like war.
Right.
That being said, I don't think it will. I think we're really like in a like like I just don't see another console war
I don't know. I see it
breaking
brewing.
out.
I see it
You think
brewing.
all these like fast buying and selling is gonna
Because
trigger
they're-
something?
because they're picking up big names, and they're gonna
Right.
make these big names exclusive.
Right.
So now it becomes what's your I mean, people could, be you, and it's like, well, just get them both and be done.
Right.
But like I can't see myself buying an Xbox. I can't justify another next generation console in my house for a few games.
Xbox is
But they're going to start forcing me to.
Well, I don't think they are. Xbox is really good about putting the Xbox bought Double Fine, and they could have been like, ha ha ha, Psychonauts 2 is just Xbox, but it wasn't. Psychonauts 2 is on everything that it was supposed to be on. They keep doing that. Like if they don't put if Overwatch 2 is Xbox exclusive, that is they're shooting themselves in the foot. Overwatch 2 has to be multi-platform, or it's just not going to work.
That's the approaching potential gaming wars lives and dies by what's exclusive and what's not.
Like it did back in the day.
Right. If both parties say, well, fuck you, then we're into another gaming wars.
I'm worried
how much, how loyal are you to
Right.
PlayStation? How loyal are you to Xbox?
I'm worried about Sony throwing the first volley.
I could
think
see
that
them doing
if
it too.
Sony, let's say Sony bought Square Enix, if you're a Final Fantasy fan and all you have is an Xbox, you're kind of fucked because now it's gonna be Sony exclusive because Sony loves their exclusives like Spider-Man and God of War and all this. And if they also have Final Fantasy, because I could get any Final Fantasy pretty much that I wanted on Xbox or Switch, but if and it's not just Final Fantasy, it's a bunch of different things. But like if Sony, I feel like Sony would be the one to be like, well, no, now we have Final Fantasy. Fuck you, take it off Xbox. But Xbox is out here like, no, Banjo-Kazooie can be on Switch, and like Overwatch 2 is gonna be on PC, and like it's not all. But Sony's like, no, fuck you. I feel like it's gonna be Sony,
If somebody was to throw the first stone, it would definitely be Sony.
Oh, we do
not
have a
play
question. Overwatch.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah.
We do not play Overwatch. I never have. It doesn't interest me. Not the type of game that I would play. I feel like it's more so the type of game you would play.
Yeah, I would try Overwatch for sure. Whether or not it would make it to this channel, I feel like if we ever did do a game like Overwatch or something like that, it would be on an off day. It would be like a Wednesday or something like that, or in the in between games that we're playing through.
Yeah.
We don't currently. I would be willing to give it a shot. I don't know anybody who plays Overwatch, so it's not like it's not a game that I is easily accessible to me unless I bought it. I'd consider it. I feel like that's a game Pauline would buy. Just to try it, and like if she bought it, we're gonna own the same games in 2 months, so I'll probably end up playing it if she was to do that.
Yeah. Did you say you had video game news?
Yeah,
for this podcast.
Two or three things.
Okay.
Always brought to you by Pauline. So okay. Yes. Okay. Ocarina of Time inducted into the Video Game Hall of Fame.
Is that a thing?
That
I never heard of that.
I've never heard of it either, but here it is, and here we're going to talk about it.
That's
this is
cool.
from ZeldaDungeon.net.
Nice. Love them. Great walkthroughs.
Let's
most of the middle
the
of our
Strong National Museum of Play's World Video Game Hall of Fame. Gotta work on that title. But yeah, it was nominated for the honor back in March. The legendary Nintendo 64 title joins 3 other games in the class of 2022: Dance Dance Revolution, Miss Pac-Man, Sid Meier's Civilization.
Those are some hot shit games. Those are some real good games to
I thought you meant they sucked. I was like,
no,
I don't know about that.
those are some bedfellows. Those are some real good games to be like, and also Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's a
I
good,
didn't know this
good
was
list.
a thing. I didn't know there was a Video Game Hall of Fame. I'm gonna do some
I'll
research
send you
into
that
this.
if you want to look into it.
Yeah,
further.
sure.
Resident Evil teaser trailer released. So we got Resident Evil teaser
For what?
trailer. I believe they're having a Netflix thing.
Oh, for the
the
Netflix
live
show.
action Netflix
Okay,
show.
I see.
It has a teaser trailer out.
Got it.
You jumped on this franchise just in time. Jedi Fallen Order 2 title released.
Really? Is this just a rumor? I've been seeing a lot of rumors about this.
Maybe it's a rumor, but I do have this information right here. This is from the Star Wars Garrison.
Okay.
So not quite reputable as far as gaming news goes, but I will throw it out there. So it is an appropriate title. The name is Jedi Survivor.
So it's Jedi Fallen Order 2 Jedi Survivor?
They claim it's Jedi : Survivor.
Oh, because Fallen Order comes after the colon.
Yeah.
So it's just Jedi. Oh, Jedi : Survivor. Interesting.
Which we have a Star Wars video game concept.
Yes.
And it's called...
Oh, they're not going to turn their Dark Souls-like into a horror game.
No, I know. But it's called... Didn't we call ours Survivor?
No, we called ours Star Wars Subsist.
Subsist. That's a cool...
It is a cool title. Thank you.
I still stand by that title.
I think you come up with it, but I thank you for complimenting me personally.
I am still yet to beat Ganon. It's basically a personality trait at this point. You can do it. Ooh, actually, Kelsey, how would you feel about, like, all of us trying to do that together on stream? Just an idea. Just throwing it out there. I don't know if she'd want to be put under the gun like that, but, like, you know, if you had us, like, helping and trying to do it, that might, I don't know, could work out. Just a thought. No pressure.
There's been a lot of, this is sort of related, there's been a lot of, people think Cal Kestis is going to be in Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of that.
Which, like...
It'd be cool.
Things that have happened recently would definitely add up with that. Yeah. That would be cool. What is he...
Wow. Lol, if you want to roast me, just say it, friend. No, I don't want to roast you. How epic would that be if you beat the game on stream? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know what he's surviving. The end of Fallen Order was...
Well, he's surviving the Rise of the Empire in Order 66. Oh, well, I'm sorry. That's what's Fallen Order. That's what he's surviving. What he's going to survive in this next game, I can only assume is the continuation of that.
They better, if this is true, they're actually making a sequel.
Got confirmation. She's down.
Oh, okay.
I would fucking love to do that.
There better be a Darth Vader fight, because that's the one thing that the first one was missing.
Oh,
in Jedi Fallen Order?
Oh, in Jedi Fallen Order. I thought you meant Obi-Wan. I was like, they got him.
No.
They got him. There better be.
In Fallen Order, there's a fucking Vader chase scene, but there's not a Vader boss fight, even though I could have bet money there was.
She says, I'm playing it on DS.
We couldn't stream it then.
Well, but the way this specific video game, the way Ocarina of Time works is you fight Ganon, you beat the game. The next time you go to play the game, you do the Ganon fight again if you want.
Okay.
I have that saved on the N64 at my house.
The controls would be different too, and the graphics, and it's just like it's literally a remake. Like it looks different, and yeah.
I'd leave that up to you, Kelsey. That would be the option if you wanted to do it.
We can't stream DS games.
No.
Yeah, we could maybe do that.
If you wanted to do that, it would have to be like that.
Yeah.
We can talk more about that.
I totally forgot about that. I should have said that at first. No streaming DS games.
That's fine. Had it been any other game, we'd have no option. I'm just saying there is a
right.
If she wants to pursue that.
Yeah.
That's all the video game news I have.
Cool.
Are you ready to make a video game?
Well, I actually had a question for you. Because we could...
Do I like video games?
Do you even like video games? I guess I'm going to hit you. We could... make a video game like we usually do. I kind of...
You got an idea?
I do have an idea.
Oh, I'm excited.
Well, it's an idea for... I had an idea for a video game earlier in the week.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Like an original concept, and I was wondering if instead of making one with the prompts, I could just talk about this.
I'm down for that. I do that.
Okay.
Not for anybody who's watching who's never seen this podcast, usually we just give a genre of game and a word.
Yeah.
And we have to make a video game out of it.
Yeah.
But today, Thunder has brought one to the table.
So
we're going to go this route. Never been done before.
So this started. I want to take you through the thought process. This
Okay.
started as a real thing, and then I was like, no, this would be too dangerous, but it would definitely work as a video game. So here's the like one sentence idea that I had.
Okay. Your elevator
Bowling.
pitch.
Bowling, but with pinball flippers. Okay.
Oh, okay. And you wanted this.
So
I see.
So here's what I'm thinking. Imagine a bowling lane, no different from a normal bowling lane, except for the fact that it's 3 times as long and it's at a slight incline. We're talking about like 5 or 6 like degrees.
Okay.
You know? And what you do is you play bowling like normal, and maybe you're strong enough, maybe you can get it down there. But now if we're talking about a video game, you bowl like normal, you throw the ball, it doesn't make it all the way, right? As soon as it passes those useless little arrows that they have on the bowling alley, the flippers come out. And now you have now you're playing ping pong. I mean, not you're playing pinball.
I've already got multiple ideas.
So what my idea is, you're playing pinball, and maybe like 3/4 of the way up the also bumpers are on because got to.
I have ideas, but okay.
Well, just the angle at which pinballs get shot, I think there would have to be at least bumpers like at the beginning.
Well, if this is a video game, we could get really nuts with the physics and stuff like that.
True. Well, that's where my mind went, because I was like, okay, bumpers have to be on. Then maybe like there's a second threshold, 3/4 of the way down the track, where there's more bumpers that you can control to get the. But as soon as you hit the bowling ball into the pins, that's it. That's round 1. You hit the bowling, and then and now it's normal bowling rules in the scoring, right?
So okay.
So then,
okay.
Now I'm thinking like, how do we video gamify this? You add more pinball shit. You put bumpers in the thing. You put like holes in the middle of the track.
Yes. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. I love it. Here's what I would do. You tell me what you like. Now I'm pitching this to you.
Yeah.
You've played Wii bowling, right?
Yeah, I'm an 80-year-old.
Do you ever play 100-pin bowling?
Of course I have, yeah.
You make this 100-pin bowling. Make the lane huge.
Ooh.
But listen.
Okay.
You make this 100-pin bowling. I love the incline.
Yeah, gotta be, because pinball.
Right. The gutters are there, but sometimes there's bumpers. When it goes through the gutter, there's other gutters that bring it all around.
Okay, so a gutter is now not just a hard 0
points. It could
points.
be, though.
It could be, yeah.
If you get it far enough up, it could go through one of these tubes and
because that's
spinning
more,
out.
That's more pinball shit.
Right. Or if it's some weak sauce, it just and then goes down the gutter, like the regular gutter.
Yeah.
Also holes in the and then they come spitting out.
See, what I'm picturing is like there's like a multiplayer mode, and the multiplayer mode is just normal bowling but with pinball paddles.
Okay.
And then there's like puzzle mode or adventure mode or whatever you want to call it, where like level 1 is that, and maybe it's like 3 sets of that. You have to get a certain score, and then level 2 is like there's a bumper, and then by the end of level like 60, it's like there's 9 bumpers.
I see. It's progressing.
It's like now it's 5 times as long as a normal pinball thing. There's a bunch of holes.
So that thing that I said could be like level 100.
Well,
or
no,
I'm
thinking. What I'm thinking is, yes, instead of 10 pinballs, there's Wii bowling style 100-pin bowling. But now we're talking about once you hit the bowling pins, that's not it. You hit the bowling pins, and then it comes back, and you get like 1 or 2 more like swing. Like so in bowling, you throw it, and depending on your score, you throw it again, and then you throw it a third and final time. Then it's your turn, right?
Sure.
But now what we're talking about is like there's 100 pins. You smash into them, you hit like 40 of them, the ball comes back, you pinball it back 2 more times. You get 2 collisions into the 100 pins. I mean 3 collisions into the 100 pins, then your round is over and you start at the beginning. And I think everything you're thinking of, I think it's like normal ass, like if you've ever played a bowling video game, it's those controls, and then you let go of it, and then now you're in pinball mode, and it's like A and left are pinball things, are pinball paddles.
I dig it.
Now, the one thing that I did not come up with while I was thinking about this is a name.
Pins and balls.
Pins and ball. That's just pinball.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't call it bowling pins.
could you? Is bowling pinball too? Is that enough of a
That's
pun?
too on the nose.
Is that
I think.
too what if we stylize it like bowling is lowercase and then pin is all caps and then ball, so it's like, get it, bowling pin pinball, get it? Because there's pin in both of them.
No, I get you.
We could name it accordingly. We could call it we could name it after what pinball machines are named like and what bowling alleys are named like. So we could call it like Thunder and Lightning's amazing cosmic bowling adventure or some shit.
That was pretty good.
Until I said cosmic bowling, which
No,
is
I
also
loved it.
almost
I
also
loved
a
it.
thing. Thunder and Lightning's amazing galaxy bowling pinball.
I like cosmic.
But
'cause
cosmic
there's
bowling's
cosmic bowling.
a thing.
No, well maybe that's the 100% level. You 100% it, and now you can enter cosmic bowling level. Candlepin bowling is a crime and a shame of a sport. Oh my God, get wrecked. We play candlepin
Well, that's
bowling.
because it's the only
Yeah,
one
it's
that
the
we
only one
have
around here.
I've actually never normal bowled
There's one like going to Dr. Payne's house.
with like big.
Yeah, with regular
We
bowling.
should do that.
I
Sometime.
do that absolutely.
And also, I will. To be fair, you read it wrong. It says you said a shame of a sport. They said a sham of a sport.
Oh, a sham of a sport.
God frowns on anyone who candlepin bowls. Oh no.
What if you have nothing else?
What if you have nothing else, Asuria? What then?
What if you dare to dream a dream of this game called bowling, and that's the only version? Also, what if they have super awesome nachos? I'm just saying. This is the situation that we're in.
I wouldn't say super awesome. I'd keep it at just awesome.
Okay. All right.
But
if you have no other
be
options,
fair-
you should simply should not play.
Wow, they are going hard. Okay, I'm sorry. To be completely fair, in my mind, the video game has the normal hourglass bowling pins. Shit. I'm sorry. I feel bad, but I didn't do anything.
Damn. There's no way Asuria could have been here for our last podcast where you and I were sitting there like, well, we could go bowling. We haven't in a long time. Damn.
Just go home. Oh my God.
But
No,
what if,
but
the nachos though? What if the nachos are awesome? Then what do you do?
Yeah, replace our nachos, then we'll talk.
I'll take you to this other place.
Sure, yeah.
I'll go to the other bowling alley.
But
for Asuria, we'll go to the other bowling alley.
I was in the mood for pinball clearly with us going to the pinball place and then me playing Pokemon pinball, and I was just thinking for a couple days all I was playing was Pokemon pinball, so I was thinking about pinball mechanics, and I was like, what if could you combine these? And then I was like,
it.
and then I very quickly
Could be very dangerous.
I very quickly came to this would be fucking super dangerous and uncontrollable. And I was like, well, video games are fake.
I mean, I made a pinball game with bowling mechanics. That's essentially what I made for this video game. So you could make a pinball game with these mechanics, but it works very well as a video game.
I think literally take as much from both as you can. It's bowling mechanics until you're doing pinball. It's bowling scoring, but you also can have pinball scoring.
Can I make a suggestion for this name?
Yeah, sure.
And I'm not joking.
Oh,
hey!
Thank you for the nachos. This gifted sub is for the nachos. Thank you so much. You just gifted my dad a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. I don't know if you realize that's what you've done, but thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much.
Dad, now you can post emotes. You know
what? I think we have to do the idea I was just about to have.
Sure.
Okay, ready? I was going to suggest, can we make the name of this video game Candlepin Bowling is a crime and a sham of a sport? Can we name it that? Especially in honor of this. Can we name this video game that?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Congratulations, Asuria.
Our super awesome pinball bowling combination game is now called Candlepin Bowling is a Crime and a Sham of a Sport. Because it is. I didn't consider that until just now.
You know,
And it's my bad.
we should go confess.
We should.
Well,
yeah, he's already frowning upon us.
Yeah, well, gotta make it right. Put it in the books. We got a title.
Shamble for shirt.
Sure.
For shorts. I love it. I love it.
Shamble.
There's a Have I ever talked to you about that Flintstones bowling game?
No, don't say another word. You gotta write this into your phone.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize we were actually keeping it as in the thing. Yeah, I'll write it for sure. Where do I go to do that? Here's where I go to do that.
Thank you, Asuria. Thank you for that sub.
Thank you so
for
much
the
for
title.
The gift sub. For shirt. Yes, I know. I said for shirt. I don't even know if my dad is still watching, but if you are, you just got a free sub. So make sure to
thank
Asuria. Thank Asuria94, as it is customary. Okay, Shamball. Right, that's what we're going with. Shamble. Sorry.
Shamble.
But
you can't forget the elongated title. That's like the WoW. That's like there's an actual title, and then for short the players call it Shamble.
Okay, hold on.
Yep. No, I've got it ready if you want me to.
Hold on, everyone, be quiet. Candlepin bowling is a crime and a sham of a sport. Oh. That's the easiest and quickest
Did it do
way. No, the word candlepin didn't make it, but I think that's because it's not real.
I gotta get going. Poop time. Sick. I know what that's like. But I'll catch this as Asuria. I'll catch the rest on YouTube. Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. That was so much fun.
You are leaving just in time for the normal podcast.
Yeah.
So make sure to check that when it releases next Friday.
Yeah.
A week from today.
On YouTube.
Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the gifted sub. We genuinely appreciate it.
Absolutely. We enjoyed you being in chat. We enjoyed you being on stream. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you soon again. But yeah, with that, I think we are moving on to So we got our title. While Thunder's getting things set up for the new one.
Oh wait, what was I gonna say though?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know what I was gonna say. You stopped me so I could write the title. I think I was just gonna.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's totally fine. I think I was just gonna wrap things up because I didn't have anything else to say.
All right.
That's the end of our video game podcast, but not the end of the stream, so please stick around. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, there is a live version every other Friday. So if you're watching this the day it came out, next Friday will be the next video game podcast. You can watch that live. You can chat with us as everyone here today has. It's a fun time. But until next time, I've been Thunder.
I'm Lightning.
And go play video games. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe.
Our channel has daily uploads from podcasts, video essays, Let's Plays to skits.
Be sure to watch on Twitch. We stream all our video game and podcast content live at 5 EST every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday.
Our intro is by Brad Kendrick and music by Froggy and the Friendship. Link to all that in the description below.
Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.